We're here with Shane Aspinall, and he has been here for how long?
For 6 days now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because other than the fact that folks are obviously here organized around the issues that they feel that they are frustrated with and can't take no longer, it's a great human experience just to see the way communities are coming out and representing the the ability to actually coexist peaceably, and it's a great human experience. So it's a lot of love here, basically.
Your background? Why do this? What is your situation, career-wise? Are you living in the city?
Yeah, I am. I do live in the city. I've been residing in the city for a year now, Boston. I have come from New York, um, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I feel that I've always felt that humanity is ought to be one, ought to be together, and that together, as a whole, we can get anything done. All our needs satisfied, and all the our requests, eventually met. And so that togetherness I've always felt as a kid, and so now as an adult, I still feel the same way, and so it's a sentiment that never goes away, and so it must be real, and I know it's real because other folks are feeling it, and that's really why they're here for. They're here because they feel the same way, that they feel the equality.
When you decided to come here, and I guess you slept here for a while.
Yeah.
What did your friends, family have to say? Were you working at the time?
Yeah, I was working at the time. I am currently working at the time. I am an entrepreneur. So I was always about helping people, and our entrepreneurship at the root is about, the core is about organizing. And when I came out here, what the difference is that before I was working primarily on things that I felt were like more my agenda, more selfish, more focused on, in terms of if I have a certain goal, like say if I want to help for sale by owners, in real estate or something like that. But being here, it's actually allowed me to take a step back and say, you know what, rather than do business for business sake, I could do business consciously, right? And the movement here has inspired me to realize that whatever I do, it's always about service. There are other people that are being affected by my decisions, and vice versa. I'm affected by their decisions. So I'm no separate from the whole. And so if I'm going to put together a service, well, it has to have integrity, and it has to be valuable to everyone else. So it's definitely been an education in terms of how for my own sake, in terms of business, and what my career before, my occupation before I got here. So that's why I stick around, because it's an education of a lifetime. I mean, you really can't get this type of education in a classroom. You really can't get this in a classroom. This is what the classroom talks about. So
How about again, when you talk to people who are not here, your friends, maybe they went to school with them, whatever. What are they saying to you? Like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Most of them are curious. I've actually always had friends who were always supportive of whatever I got into. Fortunately, I had that relationship with those folks. So, if I'm supporting something, usually most of them are curious, and they actually look into what it is I'm doing. I've always keep it very my language very open. Ambiguous. So it offers. It's very invitational. The rhetoric I use whenever I go out promoting anything, or talking about an issue that I feel that's necessary. I always keep an open mind that I may feel one way, but other folks may feel another way. So I just keep it, keep the message, that less is more. I keep it very ambiguous and open. So I'm here for my reasons, and my reasons again were that I'm here to have this human experience. That I feel is very radical for its pervasiveness, and it's a very global. It's really a global movement, and so that's why I'm here. It's exciting to see how it unfolds every single day, and every single day there's been more and more people showing up.
What were you doing before? What was your job? I mean, entrepreneur, but what was it?
Yeah,
Certain
yeah. So I got involved in real estate. Before that, I was more of a technological entrepreneur where I was looking at systems, actually looking to modernize campus communication systems,
Wow.
right? Because
Just interestingly enough, on the real estate thing, of course,
yeah,
a lot of people are really concerned about,
yeah,
foreclosures
foreclosures.
and
Yep.
so forth. How did that affect you? And now that you're here,
Yeah.
kind of looking at it from another perspective.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, when I was the real estate that I was doing, it was more of a marketing. I was marketing listings. So I was like basically a listing agent in a sense, where I'll take a for sale by owner property and market it to various streams of media, social networks, and it was kind of like a hope and pray, that a buyer will come in, and from there I'll pick up a commission. But being here, I mean, I have absolute control over my actions, over my intent, and so rather than like um, interacting with humanity from a computer screen, and a phone call, I'm interacting with humanity here, and I have a lot more control over my interactions because I'm being interactive, truly interactive, and very personable with the people I serve. And so, it's definitely been a lesson that, you can't hope to be in contact with humanity, your own humanity, by being separate from them, trying to isolate yourself. You have to really experience. You have to really immerse yourself and make contact with the people who you serve and your own humanity. You got to be in contact with people.
My final question is, how long do you think you can do this for?
um, you know what? I can do this for as long as it takes. And I know that that's not very as specific. It's very vague. But what I mean is that, well, let me start with the end in mind. The end in mind for me is that we do see some radical reform in the way we do economics, the way we have representation, and the way we have accountability. So those are the three reforms that I think that are essential, and not to mention that the means by which we do this is nonviolent. That's
The Gandhi statue out front.
yeah, exactly. There's a Gandhi statue up front, and you know what? It's a symbol of the fact that yes, we do intend to put forth these demands, and the means by which we do that is going to be nonviolent. And I think that's, as Gandhi would say, as other nonviolent, folks that also agree would say, nonviolence is the true way to go. I mean, again, it goes back to the message of love, and you can't, you can't say that you can actually influence somebody by being violent, by being in any way coercive. What I've seen here is that by being selfless and being giving and being fair, with everyone, that's the way that I can get whatever it is that I'm looking to get, or that's the way we can build true consensus and really get, be true to our humanity.
I got one more question.
Bring it on.
President Obama,
Mm-hmm.
what would you like to tell him?
President Obama, I would like to tell him, to see this movement as a time of reflection for him personally, to see that the American people and people all over the world are really affected by issues that are made in the House, and that every time he's stepping up to sign a paper, a bill, that it really translates. It really does translate into real action. It really has an effect on whether it's in people's pockets or their hearts, and so be very reflective. Consider the people before profits or any other lobbying interest. Really consider who you're about, and that's what my message would be for him.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.